Remember that kid in school, the one with the backpack heavier than his dreams, staring at a failed test paper? His teacher leans in, eyes full of misplaced kindness, and says, "Just try harder next time." He nods, swallows the lump in his throat, and vows to push through. But deep down, something cracks. That was me once, and maybe you too. Fast forward. The alarm screams at 5 a.m. You're at your desk before the sun, coffee turning cold as you grind through another endless to-do list. Emails pile up like unanswered prayers. Your boss's voice echoes from the last review. You're capable, try harder. So you do. You skip lunch, cancel plans with friends, let the gym membership gather dust. Nights blur into mornings, and success? It feels like chasing a shadow that stretches longer the faster you run. But here's the quiet truth that hits like a whisper in a storm. Try harder isn't motivation. It's a trap. A velvet noose tightening around your neck while the world applauds your struggle. It promises glory if you just endure more pain, but it ignores the fractures forming beneath the surface. Think about it. The marathon runner whose legs give out not from lack of will, but from ignoring the blisters that begged for mercy. Or the artist, brush in hand, forcing strokes onto a canvas that's already torn, wondering why the masterpiece never emerges. We grow up hearing it everywhere. Parents, coaches, self-help gurus, they mean well, don't they? Push through the wall, no pain, no gain. But what if the wall isn't meant to be broken? What if it's a sign to find a door instead? I've seen friends crumble under this advice. Sarah, my old roommate, chased a promotion by working 80-hour weeks. She tried harder, all right, harder than anyone. Landed the job but lost her spark. Woke up one day hollow, staring at the ceiling, wondering if this was the prize. Burnout isn't a badge, it's a betrayal of the self. Let's peel back the layers. Try harder assumes effort is the only variable, as if life's equations are that simple. But humans aren't machines. We're rivers, not pipes, twisting, flooding, sometimes drying up. When we double down on sheer force, we drown out the whispers of intuition. Remember that time you forced a relationship to work? Poured in more love, more time, more everything. Tried harder to fix what was fundamentally mismatched. It didn't heal. It shattered louder. The paradox stings. The more we grip, the more it slips away. Contrast that with the quiet rebels who succeed differently. The inventor who steps back from the failed prototype, walks in the woods and returns with a breakthrough, not by trying harder, but by trying smarter, questioning assumptions, inviting rest, seeking fresh eyes. Or the student who swaps late-night cramming for spaced repetition and sleep, watching grades soar without the soul-crushing exhaustion. It's not laziness, it's leverage. Like Archimedes in his bath, realizing a single insight moves the world more than brute force ever could. Deep down, this advice wounds because it plants seeds of shame. If you fail after trying harder, what does that make you? Inadequate? Broken? We internalize it, turning the whip inward. I did that for years. Pushed my body through chronic fatigue, convinced that easing up meant weakness. Until one rainy afternoon, collapsed on the floor, I faced the mirror. The reflection wasn't a warrior, it was a weary ghost. That's when the shift began. Not a thunderclap, but a slow dawn. Effort without wisdom is just elegant suffering. So what if we rewrite the script? Instead of try harder, ask what needs to change. Maybe it's the goal itself, a square peg hammered into a round hole. Or the method, swimming upstream when a current flows nearby. Embrace the pause. Let ideas simmer like stew on a low flame, richer for the wait. Seek allies. Isolation amplifies echoes of doubt. And above all, grant yourself grace. You're not a productivity robot. You're a mosaic of hopes, fears, and fleeting joys. Picture this, a gardener tending a wilted plant. Does she yell at it to grow harder? No. She checks the soil, adjusts the light, waters with care. Growth blooms from understanding, not force. That's us. When we stop the relentless push, space opens for true momentum. I've lived it, switched careers not by grinding more, but by listening to the pull of passion. Results followed, effortless in their flow. The next time someone hands you that tired line, smile inwardly. Know it's not the key, it's the lock keeping you stuck. Step back, breathe, redirect, because real transformation isn't born from exhaustion, it's forged in the fire of insight, tempered by kindness. And in that shift, you'll find not just success, but a life that feels alive.